ഹലോ, ഞാൻ റിജോസ് എന്ന യൂട്യൂബ് ചാനലിലേക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും സ്വാഗതം. അപ്പം നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത് ദ പേഴ്സൺ സീസിറ്റി മാനുവൽ 2024 എന്ന ഈ ബുക്കിനെ കുറിച്ചുള്ള വീഡിയോസ്. ഫസ്റ്റിനെ പറയുന്നത് ഈ ബുക്കിലെ പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട കാര്യം, സിലബസ്, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ നമ്മുടെ വീഡിയോട്ട് റിലേറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട കാര്യങ്ങളെല്ലാം ആഡ് ഡിസ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ ബോക്സിൽ കൊടുക്കും. അപ്പോൾ ദയവേത് ചെക്ക് ചെയ്ത് നോക്കണം. ഈ വീഡിയോയിൽ നമ്മൾ ക്ലാസ് എടുക്കുന്നത് CCT പേപ്പർ 1 ജനറൽ സ്റ്റഡീസിൽ ചാപ്റ്റർ 1 ഏൻഷ്യന്റ് ഹിസ്റ്ററി ആൻഡ് കൾച്ചറിൽ ഏൻഷ്യന്റ് ഹിസ്റ്ററി. അതിൽ കഴിഞ്ഞ വീഡിയോയിൽ നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞ ഡിസ്കവറി ഓഫ് ദി ഇൻഡസ് വാലി സിവിലൈസേഷൻ പറഞ്ഞിരുന്നു. ഹാഫ് ഭാഗം നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടിരുന്ന ടൈമിൽ ക്യാമറ ക്ലാരിറ്റി പോയി അവസാനിപ്പിക്കുകയാണ് ചെയ്തത് ഈ ടോപ്പിക്ക്. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ടോപ്പിക്കാണ് നമ്മൾ ഈ വീഡിയോയിൽ പറയുന്നത്. ഡിസ്കവറി ഓഫ് ദി ഇൻഡസ് വാലി സിവിലൈസേഷൻ. The famous cities of the mature Indus civilization were discovered accidentally in the mid-19th century during the construction of a railroad by British beginners. The famous cities of the mature Indus civilization were discovered accidentally in the mid-19th century during the construction of a railroad by British engineers John and William Broughton. Although it was correctly surmised at the time that antiquities from Harappa predated the historical period, true archaeological excavations did not begin until the 1920s. Nothing was known about the Indus Valley civilization till 1922 to 1923, when the Archaeological Department of India carried out excavations at Mohenjo-daro on the banks of river Indus, Larkana district of Sindh in Pakistan, Harappa, Montgomery district of Punjab on the banks of river Ravi also in Pakistan, and Lodhal near Ahmedabad in India. During that decade, the so-called twin capitals of the Indus civilization, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, were excavated under the direction of Sir John Hubert Marshall. Other important settlements were surveyed by Sir Aurel Stein and N.G. Majumdar. These excavations revealed that some 5,000 years ago, prior to the emergence of the Aryans in India, the Indus Valley was the cradle of a highly developed civilization that flourished during the same period as the ancient civilization of Egypt, Babylonia and Assyria. The existence of a great civilization roughly contemporaneous with that of Sumer and of ancient Egypt was soon confirmed. The existence of a great civilization roughly contemporaneous with that of Sumer and of ancient Egypt was soon confirmed. Hundreds of smaller settlements have since been discovered. Recent archaeological investigation has concentrated on documenting the beginnings of urban life in the area, and a variety of different types of sites have been excavated, including fishing villages, trading outposts, and what may have been a port. The existence of a great civilization roughly contemporaneous with that of Sumer and of ancient Egypt was soon confirmed. Hundreds of smaller settlements have since been discovered. Recent archaeological investigation has concentrated on documenting the beginnings of urban life in the area, and a variety of different types of sites have been excavated, including fishing villages, trading outposts, and what may have been a port. നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ പറഞ്ഞത് ഡിസ്കവറി ഓഫ് ദ ഇൻഡസ് വാലി സിവിലൈസേഷൻ ആണ് പറഞ്ഞത്. ഇനി ഇവിടെ ഒരു മാപ്പ് ഉണ്ട്. മാപ്പ് 1.3 മാപ്പ് ഓഫ് പ്രീ ഹാരപ്പൻ സെറ്റിൽമെന്റ്സ് ഓഫ് ദ ഇൻഡസ് സിസ്റ്റം ആൻഡ് ബലൂചിസ്ഥാൻ. മാപ്പ് 1.3 മാപ്പ് ഓഫ് പ്രീ ഹാരപ്പൻ സെറ്റിൽമെന്റ്സ് ഓഫ് ദ ഇൻഡസ് സിസ്റ്റം ആൻഡ് ബലൂചിസ്ഥാൻ. മാപ്പ് 1.3 മാപ്പ് ഓഫ് പ്രീ ഹാരപ്പൻ സെറ്റിൽമെന്റ്സ് ഓഫ് ദ ഇൻഡസ് സിസ്റ്റം ആൻഡ് ബലൂചിസ്ഥാൻ. മാപ്പ് 1.3 മാപ്പ് ഓഫ് പ്രീ ഹാരപ്പൻ സെറ്റിൽമെന്റ്സ് ഓഫ് ദ ഇൻഡസ് സിസ്റ്റം ആൻഡ് ബലൂചിസ്ഥാൻ. നമ്മൾ പാന വെച്ചിട്ട് ടച്ച് ചെയ്തെന്ന് പറയണം. സീസ്റ്റാൻ ലാൻഡ് ഓവർ 1600 FT. ലാൻഡ് ഓവർ 1600 FT. മുണ്ടിഗ്യാക്ക് അഫ്ഗാനിസ്ഥാൻ. പെരിയാനോ ഗ്യുണ്ടായി. ആർ സോബ് കിൽ ഗ്യൂൽ മുഹമ്മദ്. കിലി ഗുൽ മുഹമ്മദ്. കിലി ഗുൽ മുഹമ്മദ്. റാണ ഗുവണ്ടൈ. ഡാംബ് സാഡറ്റ്. സീസ്റ്റാൻ ലാൻഡ് ഓവർ 1600 FT. സീസ്റ്റാൻ ലാൻഡ് ഓവർ 1600 FT. മുണ്ടിഗ്യാക്ക് അഫ്ഗാനിസ്ഥാൻ. പെരിയാനോ ചൂണ്ടൈ. ആർ സോബ് കിലി ഗുൽ മുഹമ്മദ്. ദാബ് സാഡറ്റ്. റാണ ഗുണ്ടൈ. തൊഗാവു. സിയ ഡാംബ്. അഞ്ചിര.നാൽ നുൻഡരക്യുലി. ആർ ചിനാബ്. ആർ രവി. ആർ സത്ലജ്. ഹാരപ്പ. കാലിബംഗൻ. ആർ ഇൻഡസ്. ഗെയ്സി ഷാങ്. കൊട്രാഷ്. തേരോ. എമരി. ഉത്തുമേജോ ബൂതി. ഇന്ത്യൻ ഡെസേർട്ട്. ഇന്ത്യ. ഗേസി ഷാങ് പൊട്രാഷ്. ഗേസി ഷാങ് പൊട്രാഷ്. കോട്ട് ഡിജി. മോഹൻജോദാരോ. പാണ്ടിവാഹി. എംഡി. ഒത്തുമാഞ്ചോ ബൂതി. താരോ. Map 1.3 map of pre-Harappan settlements of the Indus system and Balochistan. C-Stan, land over 1600 FT. Afghanistan, Mundigag. Map 1.3 map of pre-Harappan settlements of the Indus system and Balochistan. C-Stan, land over 1600 FT. C-Stan, land over 1600 FT. Mundigag. Afghanistan. Mundigag. Periano Gundai are Sob. Kiligual Mohabad. Kiligual Muhammad. Rana Gundai. Dambu Sadati. Togiu. Sian Dambu. Anjira. Nal. Nundra Kuli. Arsob. Rana Gundai. Archinab. Revi. Harappa. Satluj. Indus. Dry bed of Ganges. Sorry, dry bed of Ganga. Kalibangan. Indus. Court DG. Mohenjo-daro. Pandivahi. Gaisi Shang Kotrash. Indus. Code DG. Mohenjo-daro. Pandivahi. Gaisi Shang Kotrash. Emery. Otu Manjo Budi. Taro. American Coast. Sorry, Macran Coast. Indian Desert, India. Map 1.3 map of pre-Harappan settlements of the Indus system and Balochistan. Map 1.3 map of pre-Harappan settlements of the Indus system and Balochistan. ഈ മാപ്പ് ഒന്ന് ഓർത്ത് വയ്ക്കുക. ഞാൻ ജസ്റ്റ് വീഡിയോയിൽ കാണിക്കാന്. അപ്പോൾ ഡിസ്കവറി ഓഫ് ദ ഇൻഡസ് വാലി സിവിലൈസേഷൻ നമുക്ക് പറ്റാവുന്ന പോലെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ അത് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലായെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. സ്പെല്ലിംഗ് മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ദയവായി ക്ഷമിക്കാം. നമുക്ക് ഇനി പറയാം ഹരിയുപിയാങ്. ഈ ടോപ്പിക്ക് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നത് Hariupiang. In aid of Abivartin Kayamna in aid of Abhayavartin Kayamna. Indra destroyed the seed of Vairasiga. At Haryupidyang, he summed the vanguard of the Verkivens and the near flood frightened. In aid of Abhihavartin Kayamana, Indra destroyed the seed of Vairasiga. In aid of Abhayavartin Kayamana, Indra destroyed the seed of Vairasiga. At Haryayupiyang, he smote the vanguard of the Verkivens and the rear flood frighted. Rigveda, chapter 7, section 5. In aid of Abhayavartin Kayamana, Indra destroyed the seed of Vairasiga. At Haryayupiyang, he smote the vanguard of the Verkivens and the rear flood frighted. Rigveda, chapter 7, section 5. Is the Haryupiyang mentioned in this hymn from the Rigveda, chapter 7, section 5, the Harappa of the Indus Valley. The Vedas contain the oldest recorded history of the subcontinent. The gap between the demise of Harappa and Vedic history has been traditionally estimated at 1,000 years. Yet new work suggests that the Vedas could be much older. One cannot say if Haryayupiyang refers to Harappa. The place is never again mentioned in the Rigveda. According to some commentators, it may refer to a river. Vairasiga and the Verkivens are not mentioned again either. Nevertheless, the Rigveda presents much relevant information for understanding the Indus Valley. A number of other ancient texts from Mesopotamia, China, and Greece also shed light on what happened to the Harappans. In aid of Abhayavartin Kayamana, Indra destroyed the seed of Vairasiga. At Haryayupiyang, he smote the vanguard of the Verkivens and the rear flood frightened. Rigveda, chapter 7, section 5. Is the Haryayupiyang mentioned in this hymn from the Rigveda, chapter 7, section 5, the Harappa of the Indus Valley. The Vedas contain the oldest recorded history of the subcontinent. The gap between the demise of Harappa and Vedic history has been traditionally estimated at 1,000 years. Yet new work suggests that the Vedas could be much older. One cannot say if Haryayupiyang refers to Harappa. The place is never again mentioned in the Rigveda. According to some commentators, it may refer to a river, Vairasiga, and the Verkivens are not mentioned again either. Vairasiga and the Verkivens are not mentioned again either. Nevertheless, the Rigveda presents much relevant information for understanding the Indus Valley. A number of other ancient texts from Mesopotamia, China, and Greece also shed light on what happened to the Harappans. അപ്പോൾ ഹരിയൂപ്പിയാങ്ങാണ് നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞത്. സ്പെല്ലിംഗ് മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് വരാൻ സാധ്യതയുണ്ട്, ദയവേത് ക്ഷമിക്കുക. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്കത് മനസ്സിലായെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. അത്യാവശ്യം വെറൈറ്റിയുടെ വേർഡ്സ് ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ട് ഇതിൽ, പറക്കും ദയവേത് ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുക. ഇനി നമുക്ക് പറയുന്ന ടോപ്പിക് ഇൻഡസ് വാലി സിവിലൈസേഷൻ 1. Indus Valley Civilization 1. The Indus Valley Civilization flourished approximately 2500 BC in the western part of South Asia, in what today is Pakistan and western India. It is often referred to as the Harappan Civilization after its first discovered city, Harappa. The Indus Valley was home to the largest of the 4 ancient urban civilizations of Egypt, Mesopotamia, India, and China. It was not discovered until the 1920s. Most of its ruins, including major cities, remain to be excavated. Its script has not been deciphered. Basic questions about the people who created this highly complex culture remain unanswered. Basic questions about the people who created this highly complex culture remain unanswered. The Harappans used the same size bricks and standard weights for 1,000 miles. There were other highly developed cultures in the area. Some are thousands of years older. Harappa was settled before the Harappans of the Indus Valley, and they were replaced by other still anonymous people. There seems to have been another large river which can parallel and west of the Indus in the 3rd and 4th millennium BC. This was the ancient Hakra river or Saraswati of the Rigveda. Its lost banks are slowly being laid out by researchers. Along its bed, a whole new set of ancient towns and cities have been discovered. There seems to have been another large river which can parallel and west of the Indus in the 3rd and 4th millennium BC. This was the ancient Hakra river or Saraswati of the Rigveda. This was the ancient Hakra river or Saraswati of the Rigveda. Its lost banks are slowly being laid out by researchers. Along its bed, a whole new set of ancient towns and cities have been discovered. ഇൻഡസ് വാലി സിവിലൈസേഷൻ 1 ആണ് നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞത്, മനസ്സിലായെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. ഇനി നമുക്ക് പറയുന്നത് മേജർ സെന്റേഴ്സ് ആണ്. മേജർ സെന്റേഴ്സ് The remnants of 2 major cities, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, reveal remarkable engineering feats of uniform urban planning and carefully executed layouts for water supply and drainage. Excavations at the sites and later archaeological digs at approximately 70 other locations in India and the remnants of 2 major cities, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, reveal remarkable engineering feats of uniform urban planning. The remnants of 2 major cities, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, reveal remarkable engineering feats of uniform urban planning and carefully executed layouts for water supply and drainage. Excavations at these sites and later archaeological digs at approximately 70 other locations in India and Pakistan provide a composite picture of what is now generally known as Harappan culture 3000 to 1800 BC. In India, important sites connected with the Indus Valley civilization are Lodhal near Ahmedabad in Gujarat, Kalibangan in Rajasthan, Ben Valley in Hisar district, of Haryana and Ropar near Chandigarh in Punjab. Banwali in Hisar district of Haryana and Ropar near Chandigarh in Punjab. All these sites flourished between 3000 and 2000 BC. If not earlier, there are probably many more important Indus Valley sites. Some must have been lost or destroyed by shifting river paths. Others may be buried under modern towns. What does seem clear is that the important sites were commercial centers. They were on rivers or near the coast. Various specialized manufacturing facilities suggest that they were heavily involved in trade with each other and far outside the region. They are on rivers or near the coast. Various specialized manufacturing facilities suggest that they were heavily involved in trade with each other and far outside the region. ഇനിയൊരു മാപ്പാണ് പറയുന്നത്. മാപ്പ് 1.4 സൈറ്റ്സ് ഓഫ് ഇൻഡസ് വാലി സിവിലൈസേഷൻ. മാപ്പ് 1.4 സൈറ്റ്സ് ഓഫ് ഇൻഡസ് വാലി സിവിലൈസേഷൻ. സൈറ്റ്സ് ഓഫ് ഇൻഡസ് വാലി സിവിലൈസേഷൻ നമ്മൾ പേന വെച്ച് ടച്ച് ചെയ്ത് പറയണ അഫ്ഗാനിസ്ഥാൻ, ഇസ്ലാമാബാദ്, ഇൻഡസ്, ജഹലോം, ലാഹോർ, ഹാരപ്പ, രൂപാർ, കാലിബംഗൻ, ഇൻഡസ്, ന്യൂഡൽഹി, മോഹൻജോദാരോ, പാകിസ്ഥാൻ, സുഡ്കേഗൻ ഡോർ, കറാച്ചി, ഇന്ത്യ, അറേബ്യൻ സീ, ലോത്തൽ, അഹമ്മദാബാദ്, അഫ്ഗാനിസ്ഥാൻ, ഇസ്ലാമാബാദ്, ഇൻഡസ് ജഹലം, ലാഹോർ, ഹാരപ്പ, രൂപാർ, കാലിബംഗൻ, ഇൻഡസ്, ന്യൂഡൽഹി, പാകിസ്ഥാൻ, മോഹൻജോദാരോ, സുഡ്കേഗൻ ഡോർ, കറാച്ചി, ഇന്ത്യ, അറേബ്യൻ സീ, ലോത്തൽ, അഹമ്മദാബാദ്. നമ്മൾ ഈ ഫിഗർ ജസ്റ്റ് നിങ്ങൾ ഓർത്ത് വെക്കാം. മാപ്പാണ്. മാപ്പ് 1.4 സൈറ്റ്സ് ഓഫ് ഇൻഡസ് വാലി സിവിലൈസേഷൻ. ജസ്റ്റ് നമ്മൾ വീഡിയോയിൽ കാണിക്കാണ്, അതൊന്ന് മനസ്സിൽ വെക്കാം. ഇനി നമുക്ക് പറയണത്, അപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞ ടോപ്പിക്സ് മനസ്സിലായെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. മേജർ സെന്റേഴ്സ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ ടോപ്പിക്. ഇനി നമുക്ക് മോഹൻജോദാരോ പറയാനുള്ളത്. മോഹൻജോദാരോ one of the most important centers of the Indus civilization was Mohenjo-daro, situated along the west bank of the Indus River, approximately 320 km, 200 miles north of Karachi in Pakistan. Mohenjo-daro is probably the best known Indus Valley site. It is located by the Indus in Sindh, Pakistan. Here the Great Bath, uniform buildings and ways, hidden drains and other hallmarks of the civilization were discovered in the 1920s. Owing to rising water table, most of the site remains unexcavated and its earliest levels have not been reached. Like most cities of the Indus civilization, it consisted of two major areas of occupation: a high citadel to the west and a lower city of domestic dwellings to the east. Careful urban planning is evident in the neat arrangement of the major buildings contained in the citadel, including the placement of a large granary and a water tank or bath at right angles to one another. The lower city, which was tightly packed with residential units, was also constructed on a grid pattern consisting of a number of blocks separated by major crosses streets. Baked brick houses faced the street, and domestic life was centered around an enclosed courtyard. Sanitation was provided through an extensive system of covered drains running the length of the main streets and connected with most residences by duties. The remains of Mohenjo-daro are a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Mohenjo-daro is also spelled Mohenjo-daro. The spelling used by the UNESCO World Heritage Organization. The remains of Mohenjo-daro are a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Mohenjo-daro is also spelled Mohenjo-daro. The spelling used by the UNESCO World Heritage Organization. അപ്പം നമ്മൾ മോഹൻജാദാരോ ക്ലാസ് എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ നല്ല മഴയുണ്ട്. നമ്മൾ രാത്രി വീഡിയോ എടുക്കണമെന്നുള്ള പ്രത്യേകത കൂടി ഉണ്ട്. അപ്പം നല്ല മഴയാണ്. മഴയുടെ സൗണ്ട് ഉണ്ടാവാൻ സാധ്യതയുണ്ട് വീഡിയോയിൽ നമ്മൾ ക്ലാസ് എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ. അപ്പം ദയവേത് എന്താ പറയുക, അഡ്ജസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുക, ക്ഷമിക്കുക. കാരണം നമ്മൾ മഴയെന്ന് വിചാരിച്ച് നമുക്ക് വീഡിയോ ഒരുപക്ഷെ നമ്മൾ അവസാനിപ്പിച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഈ ടോപ്പിക്സുകളൊന്നും കവർ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് നമുക്ക് ഈ ഒരു അവസ്ഥയിൽ തന്നെ വീഡിയോ എടുക്കേണ്ടി വരും, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ശരിയാവില്ല. ഇപ്പൊ പകലാണെങ്കിൽ കറണ്ട് കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ ഇടയ്ക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ പോയിക്കൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കും. രാത്രിയാണെങ്കിൽ മഴ കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെയാണ്. കാലാവസ്ഥ വളരെയധികം ഡിഫറെന്റ് ആണ്. അപ്പൊ ദയവേതൊക്കെ ഒന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കുക. മഴ ഇപ്പോഴും വളരെ കൂടിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. എന്തായാലും നമ്മൾ ക്ലാസ്സുകൾ തുടങ്ങിയാണ്. എന്തായാലും ഇനി നമുക്ക് അപ്പൊ മോഹൻജാദാരോ നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലായെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. ഇനി അടുത്തത് ഹാരപ്പയാണ് പറയാനുള്ളത്. Harappa was an Indus Valley urban center. However, in spite of its essentially urban culture, the city was supported by extensive agricultural production and commerce, which included trade with Sumer in southern Mesopotamia, modern Iraq. Harappa was an Indus Valley urban center. However, in spite of its essentially urban culture, the city was supported by extensive agricultural production and commerce, which included trade with Sumer in southern Mesopotamia, modern Iraq. It lies on an old bed of the river Ravi, 640 km northeast of Mohenjo-daro in the Punjab province of Pakistan. The nearby but smaller site of Talibangan is situated further east in India, along the banks of the now extinct Gangar-Hakra River. Both Mohenjo-daro and the Harappa sites follow the familiar plan of a small high citadel to the west and a lower city to the east, with the streets arranged in a rectilinear grid pattern. Immediately north of the heavily fortified citadel at Harappa, two sets of barrack-like dwellings for laborers were excavated alongside enormous granaries for the city's food supply. A structure once considered a granary is now thought to have been a palace with ventilated air ducts. Harappa provided the first clues to the ancient Indus Valley civilization, which is often called the Harappan civilization. The latest research has revealed at least 5 mounds at Harappa to have large walls around them, perhaps as much for trade regulation as defense. Harappa provided the first clues to the ancient Indus Valley civilization. It is often called the Harappan civilization. The latest research has revealed at least 5 mounds at Harappa to have large walls around them, perhaps as much for trade regulation as defense. അപ്പൊ ഹാരപ്പൻ നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞത് മനസ്സിലായെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. ഇനി നമുക്ക് പറയുന്നത് കാലിബംഗൻ ആണ്. കാലിബംഗൻ. At Kalibangan, excavation has revealed a pre-Harappan settlement that underwent drastic change when the site was incorporated into the expanding Indus civilization. Southwest of Kalibangan, along the same bed of the ancient Hakra River, several more cities have been discovered, indicating that at the height of the Indus civilization, multiple regional centers may have been built according to a standard plan. അടുത്തത് ധോലാവീര. It is located on Kadir Beit. An island in the Great Rann of Kutch in Gujarat, India. It was first excavated as recently as 1990. As large as Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, it has some of the best preserved architecture. A tantalizing signboard with the Indus script has also been discovered. At the Lothal, it is on the top of the Gulf of Cambay in Gujarat, near the Sabarmati River and the Arabian Sea. It is the most extensively researched Harappan coastal site. A bead of factory and Mesopotamian steel have been found here. അടുത്തത് രാഗി ഗാർഹി. It is a recently discovered, still unexcavated city in Haryana, India. It is as large as Harappa, Mohenjo-daro and Generiwala. Ragigarhi. It is a recently discovered, still unexcavated city in Haryana, India. It is as large as Harappa, Mohenjo-daro and Generiwala. അടുത്ത Generiwala. It is in Punjab, Pakistan, near the Indian border. It was discovered in the 1970s and at 80 hectares is as large as Mohenjo-daro. It is near a dry bed of the former Gagar or Saraswati River and has not been excavated. Equidistant between Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, Generiwala may have been the urban center of a third Indus Valley region, covering copper-rich Rajasthan. Equidistant between Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, Generiwala may have been the urban center of a third Indus Valley region, covering copper-rich Rajasthan. Generiwala നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞത് മനസ്സിലായെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. സ്പെല്ലിംഗ് മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ദയവായി ക്ഷമിക്കാം. നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നതിൽ ചില വാക്കുകളൊന്നും അത്ര എക്സ്പേർട്ട് അല്ല, ചില നിസ്സാര വേർഡ്സുകൾ തെറ്റിപ്പോകുന്ന അവസ്ഥയുണ്ട്. അങ്ങനെ പല രീതിയിലായിട്ട് വരാറുണ്ട് സ്പെല്ലിങ്ങും കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ. ദയവേത് ഒക്കെ മനസ്സിലാക്കുക. ഇനി നമുക്ക് പറയുന്നത് ദൈമാബാദ്. It is in Maharashtra, near Bombay. It is a controversial area discovered in 1958. Some suggest that the pottery and single shard with the Indus Valley signs on it is definitive of a Harappan settlement, while others say the evidence is not enough. A unique hoard of exquisite bronze cariodes and animals that may or may not belong to the Indus Valley was also found here. Chauno Darho Chano Darho. It is 80 miles south of Mohenjo-daro in Sindh. It was a manufacturing center. Various tools, shell, bone and seal making facilities were found. Chano Darho seems to have been hastily abandoned. Chano Darho. It is 80 miles south of Mohenjo-daro in Sindh. It was a manufacturing center. Various tools, shell, bone and seal making facilities were found. Chano Darho seems to have been hastily abandoned. Is Sudke gender. It is in Balochistan near Iran. Is the westernmost known Harappan site. It is thought to have once been on a navigable inlet of the Arabian Sea. The usual citadel and town are present, as well as defensive walls that are 30 feet wide. Sudke gender would have been on the trade route from Lothal in Gujarat to Mesopotamia. So, Sudke gender. It is in Balochistan near Iran. Is the westernmost known Harappan site. It is thought to have once been on a navigable inlet of the Arabian Sea. The usual citadel and town are present, as well as defensive walls that are 30 feet wide. Sudke gender would have been on the trade route from Lothal in Gujarat to Mesopotamia. ഇനി നമുക്ക് പറയാനുള്ള ആസ്പെക്ട്സ് ഓഫ് ഇൻഡസ് കൾച്ചർ. Harappan culture was conservative and remained relatively unchanged for centuries. Whenever cities were rebuilt after periodic flooding, the new level of construction closely followed the previous. എൻ്റെ ഫോൺ തെന്നിപ്പോയി കയ്യിന്ന്. നമ്മൾ ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി പറയാണ്. ഭയങ്കര തണ്ടർ സ്റ്റോം ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ട്, മഴയുണ്ട്, വീഡിയോയിൽ കേൾക്കാൻ പറ്റും. ഫോണ് നമ്മുടെ കയ്യിൽ നിന്ന് തെറ്റിപ്പോയാണ്. അത് കാരണം എന്തായാലും നമുക്ക് ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി പറയാം. ആസ്പെക്ട്സ് ഓഫ് ഇൻഡസ് കൾച്ചർ. Harappan culture was conservative and remained relatively unchanged for centuries. Whenever cities were rebuilt after periodic flooding, the new level of construction closely followed the previous pattern. Although stability, regularity, and conservatism seem to have been the hallmarks of this people, it is unclear who wielded authority, whether an aristocratic, priestly, or commercial minority. However, some degree of regional variation within the Indus civilization is understandable given in vast geographical expanse and variation in resources. For example, baked bricks were commonly used for construction at Mohenjo-daro in Sindh and at Harappa in Punjab, where stone is rare, while limestone masonry was more common at Dholavira in Gujarat. However, some degrees of regional variation within the Indus civilization is understandable given its vast geographical expanse and variation in resources. For example, baked bricks were commonly used for construction at Mohenjo-daro in Sindh and at Harappa in Punjab, where stone is rare, while limestone masonry was more common at Dholavira in Gujarat. While limestone masonry was more common at Dholavira, Gujarat, while limestone masonry was more common at Dholavira in Gujarat. ഇനി നമുക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളത് ഇൻഡസ് വാലി സിവിലൈസേഷൻ 2 ആണ്. അപ്പൊ അത് നോക്കാം. ഇൻഡസ് വാലി സിവിലൈസേഷൻ 2. ഇൻഡസ് വാലി സിവിലൈസേഷൻ 2. ഇൻഡസ് വാലി സിവിലൈസേഷൻ 2. Ancient Mesopotamian texts speak of trading with at least two seafaring civilizations, Makan and Meluha. Ancient Mesopotamian texts speak of trading with at least two seafaring civilizations, Makan and Meluha, in the neighborhood of India in the 3rd millennium BC. This trade was conducted with real financial sophistication in amounts that could evolve tons of copper. The Mesopotamians speak of Meluha as an aquatic culture. The Mesopotamians speak of Meluha as an aquatic culture, where water and bathing played a central role. A number of Indus Valley objects have been found buried with the Mesopotamians. Since 1986, the joint Pakistani-American Harappa Archaeological Research Project (HARP) has been carried out to the first major excavations at the site in 40 years. These excavations have shown Harappa to have been far larger than once thought, perhaps supporting population of 50,000 at certain periods. Since 1986, the joint Pakistani-American Harappa Archaeological Research Project (HARP) has been carried out the first major excavations at the site in 40 years. These excavations have shown Harappa to have been far larger than once thought, perhaps supporting a population of 15,000 at certain periods. These excavations have shown Harappa to have been far larger than once thought, perhaps supporting a population of 15,000 at certain periods. ഇനി നമുക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളത് അഗ്രികൾച്ചറൽ. The Indus people supported themselves by irrigation-based agriculture. They grow rice, wheat, and barley, and they may have cultivated dates and cotton as well. Among the first people in the world who were known to have kept chicken, they also had dogs, buffaloes, and humped cattle. They may have also had domesticated pigs, horses, camels, and possibly elephants. They may have also had domesticated pigs, horses, camels, and possibly elephants. Mehrgarh is the earliest known farming settlement in South Asia, established circa 7000 BC. Known farming settlement in South Asia, established circa 7000 BC. The first of several villages to appear among the hills of Balochistan. A known farming settlement in South Asia, established circa 7000 BC. The first of several villages to appear among the hills of Balochistan, among the western edge of the Indus Plain. Stone sickles found at Mehrgarh provide definite evidence of wheat cultivation. The people cultivated wheat and barley, began making painted pottery, ornaments, and terracotta figurines representing both humans and animals. The early agricultural society that developed wheat cultivation in South Asia and had not yet discovered metal tools. Instead, these early farmers used sickles made of all small stone blades inserted diagonally into wooden sticks for harvesting cereals. These composite tools were reusable as the original blades could be replaced with new ones when the old ones were broken. Sickles used for reaping wheat still have traces of silica from ancient wheat stems on their blades, which produce a sheen that is visible to the naked eye. Stone arrowheads were also used, and some of the arrowheads to the wooden components of composite tools and weapons. Stone arrowheads were also used, and some of the arrowheads were decorated with artwork. Asphalt or bitumen was used to help secure these stone tools, blades and arrowheads to the wooden components of composite tools and weapons. അഗ്രികൾച്ചറാണ് നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞത്. അപ്പൊ മനസ്സിലായെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. ഇനി ഇൻഡസ് വാലി സിവിലൈസേഷൻ 3 വരുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇനി ഇൻഡസ് വാലി സിവിലൈസേഷൻ 3 ആണ് പറയാനുള്ളത്. ഇൻഡസ് വാലി സിവിലൈസേഷൻ 3. ഇൻഡസ് വാലി സിവിലൈസേഷൻ 3. Indus Valley remnants have been discovered from as far south as Mumbai, India, and up north as far as the Himalayas and northern Afghanistan. The westernmost sites are on the Arabian Sea. Indus Valley remnants have been discovered from as far south as Mumbai, India, and up north as far as the Himalayas and northern Afghanistan. The watermost sites are on the Arabian Sea, coast in Balochistan, Pakistan, right next to the Iranian border, 1,000 miles to the east in India. Harappan settlements have been found burned Delhi and Uttar Pradesh. Discoveries in Gujarat suggests a southern coastal network spanning hundreds of miles. The Indus Valley culture seems to have moved from west to east, with sites towards central and southern India, flourishing after Harappa and Mohenjo-daro had declined. The drying up of the ancient Saraswati or Gagar Hakra river east of and parallel to the Indus may also have affected the civilization. There seems to be numerous Indus Valley sites along that river bed. There are also well-known accounts in the Big Veda of northern or Aryan people driving. There are also well-known accounts in the Big Veda of northern or Aryan people driving indigenous Dravidian people into South India. The existence of the Brahui tribe in Balochistan to the west of the Indus, who speak Dravidian language like South India. This suggests that a migration of people or culture did occur. Yes, it is unclear whether the ancient Harappans would have been Aryans or Dravidians. That distinction itself becoming. There are also well-known accounts in the Rigveda of northern or Aryan people driving indigenous Dravidian people into South India. There are also well-known accounts in the Rigveda of northern or Aryan people driving indigenous Dravidian people into South India. The existence of the Brahyu tribe in Balochistan to the west of the Indus, who speak Dravidian language like South Indian Tamil, suggests that a migration of people or culture did occur. Yes, it is unclear whether the ancient Harappans would have been Aryans for excavations. That distinction is itself becoming. There are also well-known accounts in the Rigveda of northern or Aryan people driving indigenous Dravidian people into South India. The existence of the Brahvi tribe in Balochistan to the west of the Indus, who speak Dravidian language like South Indian Tamil, suggests that a migration of people or culture did occur. Yes, it is unclear whether the ancient Harappans would have been Aryans or Dravidians. That distinction is itself becoming hazy. There are also well-known accounts in the Rigveda of northern or Aryan people driving indigenous Dravidian people into South India. The existence of the Brahvi tribe in Balochistan to the west of the Indus, who speak Dravidian language like South Indian Tamil, suggests that a migration of people or culture did occur. Yes, it is unclear whether the ancient Harappans would have been Aryans or Dravidians. There are also well-known accounts in the Rigveda of northern or Aryan people driving indigenous Dravidian people into South India. The existence of the Brahvi tribe in Balochistan to the west of the Indus, who speak Dravidian language like South Indian Tamil, suggests that a migration of people or culture did occur. Yes, it is unclear whether the ancient Harappans would have been Aryans or Dravidians. That distinction is itself becoming hazy. Indus Valley Civilization 3 ആണ് നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞത്, മനസ്സിലായെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. ഇനി നമുക്ക് പറയുന്ന ടോപ്പിക് പൊളിറ്റിക്കൽ. There was a central government. Weapons of war like axes, spears, daggers, bows and arrows were made of stone. Leadership is said to have been vested with merchants and traders. At the socio-economic. The Indus Valley civilization people sowed seeds in the flood plains in November. When the flood water receded and repeated their harvest of wheat and barley in April before the advent of the next flood. Wheat, rice, barley, milk, dates, fish, eggs, and animal flesh formed their staple food. Cotton was first produced by the Indus Valley people. Spun and woven cotton and tool dresses were also used by them. Agriculture, hunting, fishing, and rearing of animals, birds was their main source of livelihood. ഇനി നമുക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളത് സോഷ്യലാണ്. സോഷ്യൽ The people had a highly developed artistic sense which is reflected in their pottery and painting on vases. Their pottery was generally wheel made and was painted red and black. Some of it was also discovered. The people had a highly developed artistic sense which is reflected in their pottery and painting on vases. Their pottery was generally wheel made and was painted red and black. Some of it was also inscribed, polychromed and glazed. The people had a highly developed artistic sense which is reflected in their pottery and remaining on vases. Their pottery was generally wheel made and was painted red and black. Some of it was also inscribed, polychromed and glazed. The people had a highly developed artistic sense which is reflected in their pottery and painting on vases. Their pottery was generally wheel made and was painted red and black. Some of it was also inscribed, polychromed and glazed. More than 2000 inscribed seals with political scripts have been discovered. These were used as amulets, exchange medium or family symbols. The society in general was literate, artistic and was fairly egalitarian in spite of the practice of slave labor. Artistic and was fairly egalitarian in spite of the practice of slave labor. People made tools and weapons using copper and bronze but not iron. Cotton was woven and dyed for clothing. Wheat, rice and a variety of vegetables and fruits were cultivated. A number of animals, including the humbled bull, were domesticated. Social. The people had a highly developed artistic sense. It is reflected in their pottery and painting on vases. Their pottery was generally wheel made and was painted red and black. Some of it was also inscribed, polychromed and glazed. More than 2000 inscribed seals with pictorial scripts have been discovered. These were used as amulets, exchange medium or family photos. The society in general was illiterate, artistic, and was fairly egalitarian in spite of the practice of slave labor. People made tools and weapons using copper and bronze but not iron. Cotton was woven and dyed for clothing. Wheat, rice, and a variety of vegetables and fruits were cultivated. A number of animals, including the humped bull, were domesticated. ഇനി അടുത്തത് religious. They worshipped the mother goddess Pashupatinath, stones, trees, and animals. There seems to have been some veneration of horns and people leaves thought out Balochistan and the Indus Valley even centuries before the establishment of the Indus civilization. At that early stage, the motif of a human lead with horns decorated with flowers or people leaves appeared for the first time, probably representing the beginning of an ideology involving a priestly figure or a deity. The stone sculpture of the priest king from the Indus civilization may have originally had a horned head dresses affixed to the back of its head. The people of the Indus civilization apparently regarded buffalo horns and pipal trees as sacred. The depictions of men wearing horned head dresses decorated with pipal leaves of some seals and tablets may have represented religious as well as secular leaders. Perhaps this men wore the unique ornaments made of gold and semi-precious stones found at Indus sites. Of these ornaments, carnelian beads with bleached etched white designs treated with alkaline solution were an Indus specialty, exported as far as the Persian Gulf and Mesopotamia. They worshipped the mother goddess Pashupatinath, stones, trees, and animals. There seems to have been some veneration of horns and pipal leaves throughout Balochistan and the Indus Valley. They worshipped the mother goddess Pashupatinath, stones, trees, and animals. There seems to have been some veneration of horns and pipal leaves throughout Balochistan and the Indus Valley. Even centuries before the establishment of the Indus civilization, at that early stage, the motif of a human head with horns decorated with flowers or pipal leaves appeared for the first time, probably representing the beginning of an ideology involving a priestly figure or a deity. The stone sculpture of the priest king from the Indus civilization may have originally had a horned head dresses affixed to the back of its head. The people of the Indus civilization apparently regarded buffalo horns and pipal trees as sacred. Depictions of men wearing horned head dresses decorated with pipal leaves of some seals and tablets may have represented religious as well as secular leaders. Perhaps these men wore the unique ornaments made of gold and semi-precious stones found at Indus sites. Of these ornaments, carnelian beads with bleached etched white designs treated with alkaline solution were an Indus specialty, exported as far as the Persian Gulf and Mesopotamia. അടുത്തത് ഇനി ടൗൺ പ്ലാനിങ്. Archaeologists have long commented on the uniformity and standardization of the material remains of the Indus civilization. Experts in outposts along the Makran coast and in its most remote colonies. Indus cities were all built of baked brick blocks with standard proportions of length to width to thicknesses of 4:2:1. Great buildings, double-storied dwellings, and a drainage system were in existence. There were planned cities and roads. Mortar and baked bricks were used for the construction of dwellings. The major cities contained a few large buildings, including a citadel, a large bath perhaps for personal and communal ablution, differentiated living quarters, flat-roofed brick houses, and fortified administrative or religious centers enclosing meeting halls and granaries. Ritual bathing may have been carried out at the Great Bath as part of rituals for such concerns as a plentiful harvest and peace in society. Crops may have been brought for storage in the granary and later distributed to craftsmen such as potters, jewelers, and merchants who resided in the city. Mohenjo-daro, one of the largest cities of the Indus civilization, covers an area of approximately 1 square km. Mohenjo-daro and some other Indus cities consist of two sectors, a western citadel and an eastern lower city. Size and layout are typical criteria for differentiating cities from villages. Mohenjo-daro and some other Indus cities consist of two sectors, a western citadel and an eastern lower city. Size and layout are typical criteria for differentiating cities from villages. The lower town was divided into a number of blocks by a grid of straight streets running north-south and east-west, and each block was further divided by small lanes. Some houses had rooms with wells, bathing rooms paved with baked bricks, and even toilets. Wastewater was drained out of the houses through drain tubes built into the side walls that fed into a system of drains built alongside the lanes and streets. The lower town was divided into a number of blocks by a grid of straight streets running north-south and east-west, and each block was further divided by small lanes. Some houses had rooms with wells, bathing rooms paved with baked bricks, and even toilets. Wastewater was drained out of the houses through drain tubes built into the side walls that fed into a system of drains built alongside the lanes and streets. നമ്മുടെ വീഡിയോ വെച്ച് അവസാനിപ്പിക്കണം. നമ്മൾ ലാസ്റ്റ് പറഞ്ഞ ടൗൺ പ്ലാനിങ്. അപ്പം നമ്മൾ ഈ ടോപ്പിക്സ് വെച്ച് നമ്മൾ യൂട്യൂബിൽ സ്പെഷ്യൽ ക്ലാസ്സസ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ വീഡിയോ അപ്ലോഡ് ചെയ്യും. അപ്പോൾ ദയവ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ ആ വീഡിയോ ഒന്ന് വാച്ച് ചെയ്യണം എന്നുള്ളതോട് പ്രത്യേകം പറയണം. കാരണം ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞ കാര്യം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വീഡിയോയിൽ എന്താ പറയുക വാച്ച് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമെന്നുള്ള അറിയില്ല. കാരണം സൗണ്ട് പോയി, നമ്മുടെ മൈക്ക് ഓഫായി പോയി. അതുകൊണ്ട് ദയവേത് ക്ഷമിക്കുക. നമ്മൾ ഇതുവരെ അപ്ലോഡ് ചെയ്ത എല്ലാ വീഡിയോസും നിങ്ങൾ ദയവേത് വാച്ച് ചെയ്യുക. അത്രയും പറയാനുള്ളൂ. പിന്നെ അടുത്ത വീഡിയോയിൽ ചെയ്യുന്ന ടോപ്പിക്സ് ആണ് പറയുന്നത് ആനിമൽ ഇൻ ഡെയിലി ലൈഫ്, ആർട്ട് ആൻഡ് ക്രാഫ്റ്റ്സ്, പോട്ടറി, ടൂൾസ് ആൻഡ് ഓർണമെന്റൽ ഒബ്ജക്ട്സ്, സ്കൾപ്ചേഴ്സ് ആൻഡ് കാർവിങ്സ്, ഇൻഡസ് വാലി സിവിലൈസേഷൻ 4, ആർക്കിടെക്ചറൽ ലേഔട്ട്, ടെറാക്കോട്ട ഒബ്ജക്ട്സ്. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ടോപ്പിക്സിലൊക്കെ നമുക്ക് അടുത്ത വീഡിയോയിൽ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമെന്ന് പ്രതീക്ഷിക്കുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ സ്പെല്ലിംഗ് മിസ്റ്റേക്ക്, ക്ലാസ് മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ പറ്റാത്ത അവസ്ഥ, എന്തെങ്കിലും രീതിയിലുള്ള തെറ്റുകൾ, ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുകളൊക്കെ സംഭവിച്ചു പോയിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ ആത്മാർത്ഥമായിട്ട് ക്ഷമ ചോദിക്കുന്നു. പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് സ്പെല്ലിംഗ് മിസ്റ്റേക്കിന് ദയവേത് ക്ഷമിക്കാം. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഈ ബുക്കിലെ പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട കാര്യം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ സിലബസ്, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ നമ്മുടെ വീഡിയോ റിലേറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട കാര്യങ്ങളെല്ലാം ആഡ് ഡിസ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ ബോക്സിൽ കൊടുക്കും. അപ്പോൾ ദയവേത് ചെക്ക് ചെയ്ത് നോക്കണം. ആഡ് ഡിസ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ ബോക്സ് നിങ്ങൾ ഒരിക്കലും മറക്കരുത്. നമുക്ക് നേരിട്ട് കാര്യങ്ങൾ പറയാൻ ടൈമില്ല, അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഈ രീതിക്ക് സെറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് വെച്ചേക്കുന്നത്. പിന്നെ ഈ വീഡിയോ നമ്മൾ എഡിറ്റ് ചെയ്യും, സോങ്സ് ഒക്കെ മിക്സ് ചെയ്ത് എഫക്ട്സ് ഒക്കെ യൂസ് ചെയ്ത് എഡിറ്റ് ചെയ്തതിന് ശേഷമായിരിക്കും യൂട്യൂബിൽ അപ്ലോഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ കോൺസെൻട്രേഷൻ എന്തെങ്കിലും രീതിയിലുള്ള ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുകൾ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ദയവത് ചെയ്ത് എന്നോട് ക്ഷമിക്കണം. ഈ വീഡിയോ നമ്മൾ രാത്രി എടുക്കണമെന്നുള്ള പ്രത്യേകതയുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ CCTV വേണ്ടി നല്ല രീതിയിൽ വീഡിയോ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ടി നമ്മൾ പരമാവധി നല്ല രീതിയിൽ ചെയ്യാൻ ശ്രമിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ വീഡിയോ നിങ്ങൾ നല്ല രീതിയിൽ ഇത് ഉപയോഗിക്കും എന്ന് ഞാൻ ആത്മാർത്ഥമായിട്ട് ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്നു, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ പ്രതീക്ഷിക്കുന്നു. നല്ലൊരു CCT എക്സാം എല്ലാവർക്കും ആശംസിക്കുന്നു. നല്ല വിജയകരമായിട്ടുള്ള CCT എക്സാം ഒക്കെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ നടക്കട്ടെ. എല്ലാവർക്കും ഹാവ് എ ഫാന്റാസ്റ്റിക് ഡേ. നമുക്ക് അടുത്ത വീഡിയോയിൽ കാണാം. ഗുഡ് നൈറ്റ് ആൻഡ് താങ്ക് യു സോ മച്ച്.